Hello everyone! So this video is 2 separate days of pond fishing. Very difficult days. Really cold. Water temps like 40. Right before a snowstorm hit, like literally the next day after these couple of days. But it was a struggle, trying hard, bunch of different baits. But there were 3 baits that ended up working, so I just figured I would talk about that real quick and kind of give a little bit of pointers and why I like these baits for difficult situations, cold water situations, things like that. So before we get on with the fish catching and all that. But first, let me say, everyone be safe out there. Stay safe, stay healthy, do what you need to do. If you can, go fishing. I know a lot of places, a lot of states and things are now closing boat ramps. We're starting to get there here in Colorado because we have a lot of COVID cases now. It's crazy time. So guys, stay safe out there and take care of you and your family and all that stuff. And get out there and go fishing if you can. What better way to social distance from everyone than to go fishing? So, yeah, just had to say that real quick. But anyway, so first bait, LV500. You guys have heard me talk about this bait numerous times if you know this channel and all that. If you don't know this channel, subscribe. Just throwing that out there. Subscribe. Hit that like button, all that fun stuff, blah 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 blah. Go watch the old videos. But anyway, always talk about the LV500. This is the spring craw color, red. It works in cold water. It's just I don't know necessarily why. You can talk about crawfish that come out and they're red and all that stuff. I don't necessarily know why, but it works. And especially if the water is a little stained, or especially if it's really muddy, but kind of depending on your water clarity, if you know that body of water. Like that body of water it's normally really clear, but it had some stain to it, so red. Now with this, and you can see this sucker's been chewed up, teeth marks and all that stuff in it. I've had this bait for a while. I actually have a couple of these, but this one in particular I've had for a while. I like it. But with the red lipless crankbaits, I find that burning them or fishing them faster works, even in the colder water, as opposed to using a like a natural bait fish color, where in colder water I'm more popping it off the bottom or slow rolling it through like what little bit of grass is going and then ripping it out of the grass, or just slow rolling it or whatever. Fishing it a lot slower than the red one. The reds just seem like you burn them faster and they just react to it. I don't know what it is, but it seems to work. So that was one. The other one is another bait that I talk about all the time. All these are baits I talk about all the time, so if you know my channel then you know them, but we'll just kind of go into why this time of year, whatever, early spring, late winter, and all that, why they just seem to work and why I like them. So anyway, GANTAREL Jr. I love this glide bait. It's just amazing. It's big enough that it will get you bigger bites. It's small enough that it will, anything pretty much will bite it. And also for a glide bait and a bigger glide bait, I guess, not really. It's a small bait and it doesn't weigh a whole lot, but you can throw this on, I actually throw it on my deep diving crankbait rod, which is a Abu Garcia Veritas. I throw it on that Veritas winch, which is like their composite deep diving crankbait rod. I actually throw it on this. That's what I throw even bigger swim baits on, until you get real big and heavy, like Huddlestons and you know, big ass wavers and things like that, then obviously I throw it on a broomstick. Freaking 8-foot swim bait rod. But anyway, and this thing, you just slow up on top. That's why I like this. Clear water, sunny, cold water. It's just slowly going. And this thing, you just stop it and it turns if you got a fish following. This bait's amazing in all those senses, year round, whatever. But in cold water, it's great because it's just slow and you can cover the upper part of the water column. And since it is a floating glide bait and it only goes a foot or so under the water, a little bit more than a foot, I guess. When you start reeling it, it'll stay above those newly growing weeds and everything, and will stay kind of above their heads in deeper water and stuff. So it's a good bait for. That's not coronavirus, by the way. That's just being a smoker. But so that's what, like, if they're feeding up, so you can cover that upper water column. The next thing should come as no surprise. Chatterbait. Alright, so no one really thinks of chatterbait as a cold water bait, and I don't think of it as a cold water bait either. I think of it as a all the time bait, as you guys know, but depending on how you fish it and whatever. With this, I'm going to, in the winter, colder water, very slowly on the bottom, so it's still chattering. It's not like duh, 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 but you can still feel it in your eye, just chattering, you know. Just slowly keep it on the bottom. That little scum that's starting to grow in the pond or lake or whatever, kind of just keep it digging through that. Pop it up every once in a while, but you're really going to fish this a lot slower than you will other times, which with the chatterbait I've talked about so many times, I fish it pretty slow anyway. Like, I see guys just chucking one to chatterbait. I don't do that, and it's amazing. But even in winter, I'll slow it down even more, so it's just barely creeping. As long as that blade's chattering, you're good to go. And then also with the trailer on this, I will throw, instead of like a boot tail swim bait or whatever, which I love using a lot, even though I've heard a lot of people say, oh, it works, depending on what boot tail trailer you got, whatever. Anyway, we're not talking about that. But in winter, I'll go with more of a mellower trailer. I actually use a bait that I make, which someday soon they will be out. You can get your hands on them. There's so many baits I'm making now, but which actually was going to happen very soon. Actually should have already happened, but with all this other stuff going on, no one's got money to spend on that. We're all struggling anyway, and I couldn't ship them to you anyway. So, but that'll come hopefully this summer or fall, whenever this epidemic mellows out. But anyway, so like a beaver style trailer, you know, a trailer like that, and instead, you know, like if you use a beaver or a crawfish trailer on a jig, you know, you're gonna put them like this, you know, where the legs are like this, appendages, whatever. Instead, you're gonna put them like this, put them vertically on that, and that'll give it like a little fishtail action. If you have a beaver style bait or whatever that you like, if you have to rip the legs apart, like, you know, it's got the little holders for the legs, so they'll stay together until you pop them apart, so you'll have to leave them together. It just works, and it's more subtle than that boot tail swim bait that I really like using on it. So that's something I'll do in colder water situations. But anyway, let's get on with the fish catches. Like I said, everyone be safe out there, and the next video will be kayak fishing. Yes, finally a kayak fishing video. Finally got out on the yak. So that'll be the next one. win probably within a couple of days, hopefully. And then, yeah, just stay safe. Go out there, go fishing if you can. And yeah, take care of you and yours. Let's get on with the fishing. It'll either be a hard thump or it'll start shaking. There we go. Oh, it's a pretty good one, especially for this place. Barely got him hooked though. Come here, buddy. Don't you do that. Yeah. I gotta take one for Instagram too, so. Yeah. Dumped it hard too. Crap. How do you flip this thing again?
How much of an old man you sound like?
Well, maybe I'll just have to take it from you. Oh, there it goes. Alrighty. There we go. A decent one. Little 2-pounder. Oh, nice nosedive. Dum-dum. Little dude choked the son of a bitch. Where is it? Yep. Little dude choked her. Hit her hard. And you're not happy. Of course I try other shit, nothing works. Switch to the chatterbait. Get a bite within a couple of casts. we go. You fucking idiot. Oh, there you go. He had the trebles like all around his mouth, like all hooks of that back treble. Took me a minute to get him out, and then as soon as I did, he flopped everywhere. Almost got a finger in, or a hook in the finger. Not a great one, but another bite. Another like 2-pounder. He hit it a bunch of times. The snow is back. So there it was, a couple days of struggling for bites. Not good days, but yeah, and now we got snow again. So we'll see what happens with that. I think it's only supposed to last a couple days. Be cold for a few days though, but might be able to get out this weekend on the yak or the boat. We'll see. But it's crazy. The wind is like super crazy too right now. But it's supposed to be like this all day today. So yeah, we're supposed to get like 7 inches. So we'll see. But anyway, I just touched my face. Coronavirus, man. Just touched my face. Now, seriously though, everyone be safe with all this craziness going on out there. Go get yourself out on the water. Stay away from people. That social distancing or whatever. And probably a lot of you are cooped up in the house anyway. So get out there on the water and go fishing. Let's get through this crap. Yeah, it's crazy times right now. But anyway, we'll keep pushing on. Keep fishing. I will see you guys on the next one. Click on my logo in the upper left hand corner to subscribe. In the upper right hand corner is the last video I made. In the lower right hand corner there's a video I know you'll enjoy. And make sure to hit that like button down below as well.